Every so often, a game comes along that looks really simple on the surface, but then is maddeningly difficult underneath as you uncover layer after layer after layer of gameplay mechanics that then make you go, my brain! And this is exactly how I feel several hours into Toggle Tile, a game that I absolutely loved in Steam Next Fest. It came out yesterday. I am loving the full edition now, and I have to say, this is already starting to shape up as one of my favourite puzzle games of the year, as a really early contender, and I'll explain why. The object in each level in Toggle Tile is to turn all the tiles on, and you can choose your colour palette to make it aesthetically pleasing for you. Inside these 3x3 grid tiles that you're trying to turn on, each tile then has a 3x3 grid hatch inside, and this is like a little mini map that tells you if you press this tile, this is what's going to happen. And so at the beginning, there'll just be squares inside, and that will tell you if you press that tile, this is what will happen as a result, turning or toggling that tile either from off to on or on to off, depending on what you've got. So at the beginning, it starts off like a nice little cute sequencing event puzzle, and I was calm and collected with that. But then what Toggle Tiles does is it adds in loads of other mechanics and really expands the concept. Firstly, it will add on swapping tiles. So if you press the tile that's got various arrows in, it's telling you what tiles will be swapped with where and move around. And quite often, it's clumps of them. But it might also turn on and off a tile too. And so you're thinking, right, how do I move all of this around like a conveyor belt slider puzzle to make this work? Then it'll add in rotational tiles that then will rotate around specific tiles, which might then mean that you can then toggle on or off different things. And so now you're thinking of merry-go-round conveyor belts as well as sequencing too. Then after that, it starts to add on these like clock tiles, which took me a while to get used to what they actually do, but it's almost like it will turn something on or off for a set amount of goes, and then it will flick it back off again. So you're trying to work out how to line up the sequencing so that things can flick and stay on for a little while. It keeps going, and there's 9 chapters in total, offering 8 different mechanics as you go through the game, across 100 puzzles. And I'll be very honest, I have not completed all 100 puzzles, and you'll be able to see that because whenever you complete a level, it then tells you how many moves you've solved them by, and it pops you on an online leaderboard showing you the top 5 or 10 for each level. And on a good day, you'll see me up there, but I'm not having very many good days as I go through the level. And it's really clear that other people are like, because you can see some people have solved a level in like 10 or 12 moves, and then you can see me down in like 37. And I'm like, well, I got there. And I'm quite satisfied with that. But if you are that real leaderboard chaser, the online leaderboard for each level will make and force you to think about how can you be even more efficient each time rather than lucking into the idea and then going, aha! This becomes particularly pertinent when you start getting padlocks in levels too, and you can actually walk yourself into a total fail state by padlocking yourself out of being able to move tiles around. And so that kind of locks specific tiles in place so that they can't be changed either state or be interacted with. So you're kind of like, how do I muck up my level by doing this? Alongside all of this, you then also have the ability to dive in and create your own levels through what is quite an intuitive and simple level editor. And I think because it's the 3x3 grids inside 3x3 grids, it's very easy to pick what you want and then just drop it into the level, either using the controller or mouse. Both controls work great in this game. And then once you've solved the level, you can start to pop it online, and then people can play it and thumb it up or thumb it down. So far, because it's literally day 1 of this game, the levels that are up are largely quite simplistic ones, but I can see people starting to think about the more fiendish level design that they want to do. You have to solve your own level first to make sure that you can actually do it though, and upload it, which I think is a good thing. The other really interesting side mission from Toggle Tile is a 2-player PvP mode, where one takes on dark and one takes on light, and you take turns pressing tiles to try and cancel each other out. And it works like a weird logic-based version of light chess. And I played it against myself because you have to wait for an opponent to join you online to be able to do it. But I found it surprisingly quite tactical and not a throwaway side game mode that I thought it would do. And there's people that are, particularly on the online mode, someone's already started to make PvP maps, for example, that you can then choose to try and work out how to strategically tackle and take over each other's areas. Toggle Tile for me is a fantastic example of that minimalistic Steam puzzle game that so many are great and they need to be shouted about. And because they don't like grab you by the face and then slap you around and go like, I'm a great game, I feel like I'm compelled to tell everyone that this is a great game. So if Toggle Tile looks like it's up your street too, I've got a campaign tracker link in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you do go and pick it up, I'd really appreciate it if you clicked on that link to go and either wishlist it or buy it, because it helps other companies kind of understand and know that I definitely send people to games that I like when I think it's worthwhile doing. So cheers everyone, take care and happy gaming. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.